Okay, so today's mindset call is entitled No Hiding. Okay, we are walking into a season where I believe that God is doing a new thing. Hello, somebody. I feel like there are some persons that are going to start walking in the way that they should go. Now, if you're wondering why I'm dressed like this today, I've just come back from netball. Okay, so excuse my attire. All right, I got to shout out to my Hastings Netball Club. And I want to actually start by telling you a story, okay? When I first started, netball, obviously the first time I started netball, right, was like about 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, and this was from school days. Who used to play in school? Used to play in school days. Go ahead and let me know what was your position. So in school, I was goal attack, right? You can see I'm all authentic, right? In school, I was goal attack. But obviously now, just based on, you know, pushing 40 and that, I'm a goal shooter, right? But I've come to netball, joined the squad, okay? Um, and obviously, when you haven't played for a long time, you're a bit rusty. And so I couldn't really remember. I could remember to pivot. I mean, that never goes away, the pivot and you turn around. But I could never, like, I didn't just fall back into it. It took practice. And one of the things that I kept kind of mistaking was I was not getting my positioning right, and I was hiding behind the goalkeeper. So I was never getting the ball, right? And I remember coach just yelling at me, and she's like, Nikki, get in front, get in front. And when she yelled at me, what did you think I did? I got in front, right? And then I got the ball. And when she wasn't looking again, or when I was at a game and she wasn't there, and the yelling stopped, I fell back into the comfort zone of going right back behind the player. And I'll tell you an interesting story. I was watching a game a couple of months back, and there was this lady, I kid you not, she looked about 7 foot. She was so tall. And she was a goalkeeper, and it was for another team. And the goal shooter was hiding behind this 7 foot girl, so she was never getting the ball. Hear me now, get in front, get in front. Isn't it so funny that when you're watching, you know exactly what the person is doing wrong? But when it's you, right? When it's you can't see yourself sometimes doing the exact same thing that you are seeing somebody else do. And I realized that sometimes, even though in my mind I know that I shouldn't be behind the player, because it's very hard for the center or the wing attack to pass me the ball if I'm behind, especially if the person is like 7 foot, 6.5 foot. I find myself sometimes still behind the player, where I reject that because that was before, right? And it took a few times for coach to be yelling at me like, Nikki, get in front, get in front. And as I start to get my muscle moving again, I'm reminded that if I hide behind the place where I'm supposed to go, I'm never going to get the ball. I'm never going to be on track for the target in which I am aiming for. And every time coach is there, like literally yelling at me, and trust me, when I'm on it, I get yelled at a lot. Maybe it's the cool milk porridge, I don't know. But sometimes, the mind is working faster than the knees. You know, them ones where I feel like I can get it and I can't. And I'm saying to my coach, I'm like, and at the end of today's training, I said, Coach, tell me what I need to do. Like, bad me up. I don't care. I need you to tell me what I need to do to improve, because I don't like losing. Winning, yeah, I don't like losing. I'm a winner. I am a winner. I don't know if anybody on here is a winner, but me, Nikki Sutherland, vice captain. I'm a winner. How do I know that I'm a winner? Because of who I am. I recognize that greater is he, come on, somebody, that is within me. Hello? I feel uncomfortable losing. Like the last time we lost, I came home to my husband, I couldn't eat. I said, bruh, we lost 3 times in a row. I don't like this feeling. I'm not used to losing. How many of you are used to losing? Like, does anyone still? Because I believe there are some people that are used to losing, like used to being in a situation where things ain't right, but we settle. I don't care if we lost 3, 4 times in a row. I ain't never gonna get used to that position. I'm never going to get used to losing. So I'm desperately like, coach, tell me what I need to do. So myself and the captain, she's center, and me and her are practicing our drills today because today was training. We got a game on Wednesday. And me and her, and I'm on live on Instagram, but some people like to win more than others. Like some people have this innate feeling to win. That's us. So after training, we're like, yo, what do we need to do? Like, coach, tell us what we need to do. So coach is drawing out the plays and she's telling us this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. You guys are doing, and then what I love about my coach, right, is she'll still say, like, you guys are, you've got it. Like, don't lose hope. Like, you've got it. It's just this and that, or it's just this. Just tweak that, or just do that. And I'm like, coach, my legs ain't running as fast as they used to. So I need a position that allows me to win without running. Huh? How many of us have ever been in a position where we say we want to win, but we don't want to do the work that's connected to the win that we say that we want? And every time coach is handing out the bibs at training, I see that center bib. I'm like, listen, Lord, please, coach, do not give me center. I don't want center. I don't want center. Anything but center, people. I don't want to be running around like that. You know why? Because that's a lazy mentality. That's a mindset that is saying, I don't want to grow. I'm scared of that position. I don't want to say this out loud because if coach sets me up and puts me center next training, I swear I'm gonna cry to you guys. But when she says, Nikki, don't stand behind the player, stand in front, get in front. I can't then turn around and be like, why is coach coaching me? Why is she telling me off? Like, why is she, what? I can't be in my emotions if I say I want to win. Like, when you have something that you want to achieve, you have to disassociate from the uncomfortableness of the process in order to get the win. And I get mad. I get so mad at myself. Like, I literally, like, even today, I fell over, right? Because I'm forgetting it's just training. They're like, Nikki, don't hurt yourself. It's just training. I tripped over my feet because I'm going for the ball and I'm not being able to stop myself. And it's like, winners win. Winners win, regardless. Like, we're in the car, me, the kids, and Anton, and we're literally like, last one to the house is a rotten egg. And we're all like giving it everything so we're not last. And I get uncomfortable. Like, I don't like losing. And if you don't like losing, you're going to think to yourself, what do I need to do to improve and not be against the very person that wants you to win? Because there's somebody there that can see what you can't see because you're in the game. You are the person moving. You can't see. Okay, you're behind the player. Nikki, get in front of the player. You're behind the player. How are you going to get the ball? The person is almost 7 foot, fam. And you're standing there hoping that the ball, even if the ball goes up in the air, do you not think they're just going to lift their hands and get the ball? Stop hiding. Stop hiding when there's a job at hand. So the question is who is watching your progress and who is telling you? You know, like you can have some teammates, right? And it's just different characters. Don't worry, you're doing a great job. When you blatantly know, you know, we have a joke, right? There was a game that we played a couple months back, and I missed every shot, unlike me, of course. But I missed every shot. And when we lost that game, right? You know, you shake the team, the hand. Oh my God, coach is on the live and she says, Centre has your name on it. No! I set myself up with that one. Please, no. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Right? So we played this game and I think the whole team didn't have a good game. I think I missed every shot, right? And at the end of the game, you shake the hand of the other team and the other person was like, great shooting. Like, are you dumb? Like, I didn't get one in. How? But out of habit, it was just nice compliment, but it was not authentic because it was not great shooting. I didn't get any in. And I think some people are more comfortable being around people that just tell them what they want to hear rather than what they need to hear to fix the problem. So the question is do you really want to win or do you want the feeling of being a winner without the results? Do we actually want to win? And in order to win, we got to get from the back. You know, winning is vulnerable because it may take the work. It may take running. Like we have rotational drills at our netball club, right? So 1 week, you never know where coach is going to go. You might have 1 week where you come and you're literally just, you feel like you're in an army camp. I ain't going to lie. Like you're running up and down for so long, catching your breath. And sometimes you're there running. I'm like, listen, blow the whistle, please. I'm done. But you know what I noticed? Even though I never felt like I had it on lock, I remember when I first came 3.5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, I couldn't do 4 laps. Today I did 9 though, back and forward. And even though I was like, come on, pushing myself, I have to remember that it's still progress. But here's the thing. I would have stopped at 4 if I didn't have coach going, come on, Nikki. There's times when I'm just chilling. Like, I'm in the court just like, hopefully. She's like, come on, Nikki. Up your pop. Come on, push, push, push. How do you expect to be a winner and be in your comfort zone? How do you expect to win the game if you still stay at your same level when the game is moving on? Like, there's got to be some kind of accountability to grow. What's your accountability? Here's a question for you. Does feedback offend you or does it help you grow? Nobody wants to hear their weaknesses sometimes. You see me? I love to hear my weaknesses. I love you to tell me where I need to grow. As long as you're qualified, by the way. Not everybody can talk to me. Tell me where I need to grow. And you know, we always talk about, you know, Elijah had Elisha and da-da-da. We know Ruth and Naomi. Let's get out of our heads and stop saying that everyone's against me and I don't have nobody and no one can help me. I'm out here on my own. I hear this too many times that we have to be by ourselves. But it takes real grit and it takes real guts and a sign of maturity. If you can ask the question, where do I need to grow? Can I step up and take the positive criticism from somebody who's qualified, who loves me, who wants me to grow? Even if it hurts. Do you know sometimes them drills are painful? I come home and I'm like, Anton's like, how was training? I'm like, don't ask. Coach was on one. Just running like, I don't know, like we're training for the marathon or something. The process is painful. Hello, somebody. Sometimes during the process, you may feel like you want to quit. Here's another thing that happens. That you're doing the drill, you're running, but you have a teammate in your ear. You're just about to stop. And a teammate says, come on, one more, Nick, one more. Like, bro, Shut your mouth. Don't tell me one more. But that word, because remember, word is seed, pushes me to do what? One more. That's why people have gym partners, accountability partners. It's not just a coach, it's the people that you're around. It's the people. Listen, if I don't do a live or if I don't do certain things, Anton's like, when was the last time I ain't seen you do that? Are you around real accountability? Or are you around yes men and yes women? Is that your comfort zone? Look around you. Are you the one that pours into everyone all the time? Are you the one that is the most experienced, the most successful, the most educated? You know, I used to be addicted to being the leader, the boss. And now, when I look at my circle, iron sharpens iron. I look at my circle and I see that I'm around persons in all my circles that know more than me in areas. In fact, I've even built my business, rebuilt. Do you think I know more about branding than Ange does? Or do you think Ange knows more about branding than me? Do you not think Nana knows more about making books than I do? Or do you think I know about more about... You see, some of us are so comfortable being up here. We've got to be uncomfortable when we don't have someone. You know, someone was saying to me, Nikki, you know, your feedback is harsh. I said, it's harsh when I stop giving feedback. That's when you got to worry. The fact that I'm still taking time to correct you, to even study what you're doing, to give you advice, you should actually recognize. You see, some of us don't recognize love because we ain't never had love. Think about those of us that have children. If our child is about to put their finger inside the hot stove, what do? We tell them no. Why? Because we love them. Hello, somebody. Do we have a twisted sort of paradigm on what love is? Do we think that love is telling the person what they want to hear and massaging their ego every day? Now, don't get it twisted. You're beautifully and wonderfully made. You're amazing. You're incredible. You're a child of a king. And I'm not even saying that sarcastically. You are all those things. And in times of, appropriate times when those words need to be said, we must edify each other. But you can't call yourself a friend if you're sitting around watching your friend sit in comfort of mediocre. Spirit of excellence. Spirit of excellence is the minimum standard when we're around. Something's wrong, redo it. Okay, you might have lost that game. We're getting back on it. Head up. But here's what one of the things I realized, and it hit me. It hit me and it hit me hard. You know what it was? It was this confidence thing. A lot of the time when we don't receive and welcome feedback, it's because of a low self-esteem or lack of confidence. Healing's required in some shape or form. There's an insecurity there that if it's touched, ouch. And all I want to do before I get out of your way, I just want to give us 5 tips on how to evaluate if we are really in a position to stop hiding. 5 things. And the first thing we have to be able to do is be okay with understanding where we are. Do I know where I am? You know, some of us tell ourselves some lies. Like we talk about, lies before, but not in that aspect. Some of us tell ourselves lies. And I'll give you an example. I used to tell myself I could play goal attack. No, Nikki. That position, I don't feel you again. I want to win more than I want to play goal attack. Hello, somebody. I used to tell myself certain things that weren't true. I remember when I was broke, and I, one thing with Anton, he is the biggest accountability. Ain't nobody can top Mr. Anton's accountability. Can't you know Jamaican man? He's so Jamaican, he doesn't know how to filter. He doesn't know how to do it in a soft. You know, we call it the sandwich, you know, say something nice, give it a little feedback and put it, yeah. No, 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 no. Yard man. Yard man straight. And he'll say to me now, you now do your hair. When you gonna do your hair? Like there's no, oh, you didn't want to warm into that. No, like, there was no warming into it. No, it's like boom. Like he will come for me, and I know he loves me. I don't even look at his, like at the beginning of our relationship, he used to cause problems. But when you become mature in your marriage, you begin to understand to listen for what he's saying that he's not saying. Hmm? What he's saying is, baby, you're better than that. You deserve to get your hair done. His delivery is actually different from what he means. So I don't really watch the delivery again. I'm listening to the heart. The Bible says, out of the heart, the mouth speaks. So I'm listening for the heart of what he's saying. When he's telling me, why haven't you gone on live this week? Or why haven't you done this week? Or you said you were going to drink more water. When he's telling me these things, the heart of him is saying, I want the best for my wife. In fact, one day he was like, listen me, when we get oil, me know why you out some like some oil woman. I creep with one stick. I'm like, all right, well, I'm getting up. Feedback. Do you know where you really are? And I was in the middle of saying, I remember when we was really, really broke, yeah? And I remember it's manifesting at its best. And we'd left that, other business that we were doing. We were starting afresh. It was in between our millions, put it that way. And I was on there riding off the previous season. So I was like, yeah, I'm a six-figure earner, multiple six-figure earner. I gave him the call. Anton was like, no, you're not. You have no money, bruv. Tell yourself the truth. Like, he literally looked me in the eye. And like, you can lie to them on the Zoom, but you can't lie to me. I'm your man. I know the numbers. I did Jasmine, I'm gonna be in trouble. Like, and I'm not saying, like, I hope you hear my heart here. This is you talking to you. Because sometimes we talk to ourselves and we actually believe our own lies. Like we believe it. And well done, we do it with our chest. I didn't think I was lying because I was like, I'm a six-figure earner. He's like, no anymore, you're not. You gotta rebuild. And I got really mad at him, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like we had an argument. I was like, stop talking negative. You manifesting brokenness. We ain't broken this house. I rebuked that statement and we got at it. I was like, you see, it's energy like this. It's energy. Where Anton's like, listen, I'm a realist out here. You said you leading these people, you better tell them the truth. I was like, before I go and confess how broke I am, let me go back and make some money because I don't like this conversation. But it's one thing being positive and positive outlook, but it's another thing when you're so in denial with yourself, you're living like, even when, I'll give you another joke here. We would get in the shopping bags because when I go shopping, if anyone knows me, yeah, now you have to bring the bags. I've got bare bags. And I was like, we are going them. We're now buying so much food. Like, old habits die hard. Like, honestly. And I was like, yeah, Carmen, you got the Tesco card. Because we have, the little card that he goes, bruv, we're going Lidl. We ain't going Tesco. I said, Anton, I'm not walking in there. I am not walking in that place. You go in there. I said, first of all, the stuff don't taste the same. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm accustomed to this life. I remember the time, yeah, because remember, I'm always used to taking first class flights, and I was traveling for business. And Anton was like, you ain't getting a first class. You going through the normal place like normal people. I said, Anton, in the name of Jesus, you can't do this to me. You literally can't. And I kid you not, I went on that plane. You guys have heard the story. I went on the plane, and I'm humbled, isn't it? I've gone into the normal seats. They call it coach, right? Or what is it? Economy. Yeah, that's it. Economy. And this is not. Listen, everyone's got different. This is humbly. I'm just telling you. When you're used to something, everyone's got standards. Don't listen. I'm not knocking economy, right? Just understand the point of my story. And Auntie Anna's been coaching me on being, the Proverbs 31 woman and making sure that I listen to my husband and all this. And I've gone into economy and it just didn't feel right. I sat in a chair and it did not feel right because when you're accustomed to something, it just felt wrong. It felt bad. And so as the plane took off, I'm next to somebody and I'm there all scotched up on this chair. And I'm in the chair and I'm like, this don't feel right. But now I'm in my head, yeah, because my mind is telling me I'm a six-figure earner. I should be sitting where I normally sit. I haven't been on economy for years. Like this is almost like I'm having a whole meltdown as the plane is going off. And so the plane goes off, right? And I'm sitting in this chair. There's a lady next to me, and I'm not even exaggerating, people. I started to cry. And I started to manifest pain in my back. And I was like, my back's hurting. I can't sit here. I can't do this. And as the plane has taken off, I've gone into a full-blown meltdown on the thing. The lady's like, are you all right? I'm like, my back, my back's hurting. And my back began to pain. Like it literally began to pain me, my back. And then we're on the plane for like half an hour, and I'm like, Nick, suck it up, suck it up. It's painful. And I couldn't breathe, and I was breathing, and I was breathing, and I was saying, And so then I took my seatbelt off, and I laid down on the floor in the middle of the aisle, and I started to holler. "Ah! Ah!" And all the passengers were looking at me, and I could not stop. It was like a whole, like, I don't even know how to explain it. My entire body began to shut down and I began to have a whole meltdown on this plane. And now obviously the air hostess has come over, lovely man, like a man, two, in fact, it was two men and one lady. And they were like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? And I said, my back has just started hurting all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. I actually don't know. It is burning. Like my back began to burn. And they were like, but you can't lay here. You're going to have to get up. Do you want us to help you even? So I was like, help me to the toilet. So, you've got the middle bit. And now I'm so close to first class. I'm looking down the aisle. I collapsed in the middle. Can't move. I collapsed on the floor in between now. The first and the, I think is it premium or whatever it is, the business and the premium. And I'm now in the middle bit where they normally do the food bit, and I'm on the floor. And the safety door's behind me, and I'm like, I can't get up. I can't move. I can't move. And now we're on the plane for about an hour, I guess, 45 minutes, an hour. The guy's like, look, honestly, you can't stay here for the whole journey. We're going to Jamaica. It's going to be a long trip. You cannot stay here for the whole journey. I said, I can't go back. And he goes, okay, we've got two options. We've only been up in the air an hour. So we can either turn back and get an ambulance for you on the ground, or we can see if we can put you in business and you can lay on the chair with your feet up and see if that helps. I went, huh? I don't want to put anyone out. I'll see if it could work. Laying down, I'll do that one. And he went, are you sure? Because we'll turn back. We'll get the ambulance in. I said, no. I don't want to. It's caused too much problems already. I kid you not. Now, and you guys are going to think this is a lie. I tell you, God is my witness. I get on that bed and the pain goes. Like, literally, as I get on the bed, no, I knew you lot were going to laugh. This is real life, bro. I tell you, my sisters, I get on that bed and it's almost like I was healed. The pain disappeared. I literally sat on that verse. I said, in the name of Jesus, this is never going to happen to me again. This what I've experienced is never, ever, ever, ever. It's never going to happen to me again. I will never, ever allow this experience to happen to me again. And the point is not even about the first class seat. The point is about knowing what you deserve, knowing what you carry, knowing who you are. Like, it's so funny because yesterday at church, the preacher was talking about how the atmosphere changes when you are in the room. The circumstance changes because you're in the room. I expect favor, but I didn't do that on purpose. It literally was like an attack. But I expect favor when I go in the room. I expect to win. That's why I take losing so hard. I expect to win because of who's with me. I expect to win because I know I don't go into situations by myself. I don't go into the competition by myself. I have an advantage, a supernatural one to that fact. So the first step is knowing where you are. But the second step is knowing where you should be. Hello, somebody. Because I knew where I was, but I knew I didn't deserve to be there. And well, not deserve, because that's a whole different thing. Because there was a stewardship issue that needed to be corrected. So I knew I didn't belong there. I knew where I was, but I knew where I was not where I was going to stay. I knew that I didn't belong there. I knew that there was another place. I was seated at the wrong table. Hello. Some of you have got comfortable sitting at the wrong tables. The tables where they gossip, the tables where they complain, the tables where they don't do progressive conversations, the tables where it's okay to just stay broke, sick, uncomfortable, mediocre, the tables where you even get scrutinized for wanting to level up. Hello, somebody. If you knew me last year, you don't know me. Hello, somebody. If you knew me last week, you don't know me. You know why? Because I got coaches telling me how to grow every day. I have accountability forcing me to grow every day, even if I don't like it. Know where I am. Know where I want to be. Sometimes knowing where I want to be may be the question, but even knowing that I don't want to stay here, where I am is not where I need to stay. But in the process of going from where I am to where I need to be, I've still got to have a posture of gratitude. I've still got to have love and gratefulness in that season of evolving. You guys ready for number 3? Because number 3 is going to hit home. Moses. You guys know I battled with Moses for a hot minute. Me and Moses have battled. And it's the same thing like I was saying with Coach. She could see it and I couldn't see it. So I'm there looking at Moses like, Moses, brother, how many times do you need to be told, go tell Pharaoh to let the people go? How many times? Like, it's almost getting boring, bro. Like, every time you're being told, go and tell the people to, go and tell Pharaoh to let the people go. And every time you, who me? Are you sure me? Are you sure me? Number 3, are you guys ready for this? Understand that you were called. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You were called. And so what happens when you don't understand you're called, you then want to hide behind other people. So now you need a sidekick next to you to make you feel good. Now you need to bring someone in with more influence. Now you need someone who's been doing it longer to make you feel like you're valuable. You're looking for validation from so many people that you don't remember that you have been called. I don't care who's got the certificates. I don't care who has the accolades. I don't care who's been doing it longer than you. Do you? I don't care who's been in the team longer than me. Listen, I've been called. Hello, vice captain. Una Campbell, cafe over the part of my life. We have to stop being upset that we are getting the favor. Stop being upset that we've been called because we may offend other people. You know what happens when you don't know you're called? You get into the wrong partnerships and now you risk purpose. Now you risk moving to the next level. You risk the mission and the very purpose for your being. Because now you get into a business deal with someone who is not in alignment with where you're going, and now there's problems. Now you get, then you marry someone, or you get into an entanglement with somebody who you had no business getting entangled with. Now you end up, signing up to a program or getting into some kind of scheme or scam because you were sweet talked, because your soft spot is the sweet talk, because you have an issue understanding who you are. So when somebody comes and says something nice to you, all of a sudden, they're the person that should be leading you. Hello, somebody. Let me tell you this. This is a sign. And inside my new book, loose lips, inside my new book, I have a whole topic on mentorship, because some of you been getting got. Get that tomorrow. Some of you have been getting got. Sweet words are a big red flag for me. Me up. Show me you're not scared of me. Tell me off. Correct me. What did Jesus say? When they wanted to stone the girl, let he without sin cast the first stone. Then what did he say? Go, sin no more. He corrected her. Sin no more. He didn't say keep up the foolery. Keep doing the backing it up and daggering with next people's man. He didn't say that. He said go and sin no more. We cannot be afraid of correction, which is number 4. Number 4 is who's correcting you. Because when you know who you are, if I know I'm a netball player, I'm not going to go to a basketball coach to correct me. Hello, somebody. I'm not going to go to Tiger Woods and ask him to correct me on netball now. I don't care how famous you are, Tiger. Huh? I don't care what you've done, Tiger. But you can't coach me in netball. Who do I want to coach me? I want a netball coach to coach me. I want my coach to coach me in netball because she has the results and that's what she does. Coach. Oh, I hope you guys get my book when it comes out. That chapter of mentorship, it's a lash. I've literally broken down red flags, and I've broken down like what to look for. And it's the reverse of what we think. Sometimes we just want to be told how amazing we are. That's not a trait of a coach. Now, yes, a coach will edify you, right? One of the things I see, like, I'll tell you this, I'm so embarrassed. One of the games that we played, right? One of the games we played, we were crushing it. Like, bruv, I tell you, my sisters, I ain't boasting, but I didn't miss a shot. Your girl was on fire. Like, fire, 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 fall on me. Listen, it was like the Holy Ghost had just taken the ball and just, even if I closed my eyes, it would have gone in. Like, that's how slick the game was going. And we come off on the court. This is coach. Nikki, get your feet right. I was like, bro. She's like, no, your position ain't right. Your position ain't right. I was like, okay, coach. Gone back on. We now like stretch the gap by 5. We come off like we're all buzzing, like we're hyped. Coach is like, nope, it's 0-0. I want you to do this and that. Still coaching us, even in the win. You see, some of us, mercy, hallelujah. Let me do some press ups. Jesus, hey, Shandala. Some of us, we see a little bit of winnings and we think we don't need the mentorship no more. We think we don't need the coaching no more because we had little snippets. But here's what happened with coach. The more we were doing well, is the more coaching she was giving us. The more intricate the plays were. Because at first you're getting baby plays. Like, okay, pivot and turn. You see, when she saw we got that, guess what she did? She upped the level. Now she's like, Nikki, I want you to turn and then I want you to come in and come back out. I was like, whoa, this one's a bit harder to coach. When I got that, guess what she did? New levels. Don't ever get it twisted that coaches coach losers. Uh-oh. The coach wants to win. So the coach is going to be pouring in to the one. Why does the Bible say, he who has ears, let him hear? Why is it that Jesus said, will you follow me? Wasn't he such a gentleman? Before he's like doing the most, he's asking you, are you going to follow me? Coaches not only want humility, they want winners. They want action takers. Will you follow me? It's not an order, it's a question. You have a choice. If you don't like the coach, and if you don't want the coaching, and if you don't want to follow, leave. No one is forcing you to stay. Go. But he's saying, will you follow me? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble, Ange. They're on deactivate today. Uh-oh. I don't even know where the Holy Spirit's taking me. I've got 2 minutes left. Mercy of God. Because you don't have to like the coach. Even though I love my coach. I love all my mentors. Because you can't really respect and honor the work if you don't honor the person who's performing the work. So dishonor will never be a part of my journey. Because I understand what love looks like. This is why Nehemiah could go rebuild the walls, because he'd been there before. This is a whole nother lesson. But when the people were in exile, remember, Nehemiah was born in exile. So when he came out and he saw his people were still in exile, he had a heart and a compassion for them because he'd been there before. So because I lead people and because I understand how it works, I don't get upset when coach tells me off and bags me up and says to me, Nikki, get in position or line up, you're better than this, or run. Because I understand, because I'm also in a position of helping people. Here's what happens when you're not in a position, when you're not helping and growing and leading people, there's a level that you may not understand the decision-making process that takes place. So this is why we have to pick somebody that we know has our back, that we know wants us to win, that we know is a winner, that we know produces winners. Some of us have got to have a checklist. Put a checklist in my book as well. Before we follow people because of likes, hype, and God first in a profile, due diligence checks. Where's the fruit? There is a lot of fruitless vessels and fruitless things going on in these social media streets right now. And if we have open portals and vessels that desperately need affirming, we get got. Just like, what's his name? David's son, who thought he could overtake his dad and kill his dad and end up killing himself. What's his name? Absalom. Was that his name? We got to make sure that in your places of vulnerability, not everyone should have access to those vulnerable parts of you. Don't share your hair with Delilahs. Some of us are so hungry for people to listen to us that our lips are loose. And the same lips that start to reveal our weakness then is the thing that murders us, kills us. Killing our purpose. All of a sudden, we go from being up here to now being isolated. All of a sudden, we go from being locked in and focused to just being all over the place. All of a sudden, we're going from creating to now dead. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And you know what your tongue does? Make decisions. Decisions decide what? Destiny. On fire me a roar to the air, Jesus. Speak, Lord, speak. You're delivering me, God. Mercy. Number 5, you know what you also have to do? Embrace your uniqueness. Me no care who not like me. Me no care who thinks me no look like pastor. Me no care who thinks me is not a good businesswoman. Me no care who thinks me parenting is different and me is not a good wife or no chuck off. The spirit of judgment move from your summer. Some of you are so weak you let any and anybody judge you. Tell them to back off, bruv. Get into the word. Let me tell you this. You know what I know? Any tongue that shall rise up against me in judgment shall be what? Condemned. The Bible said condemned. This is why you got to know your word. Rise up in judgment, right? You're condemning yourself. Because the word says, touch not the Lord's anointed. And I am not even being arrogant with this. I'm not being cocky. I'm not being arrogant. I'm just telling you facts. Wonder why your life goes down. See where your dishonor has happened. Who have you dishonored? Where have you missed the mark a little bit? You got to go back. Prodigal son, hello somebody. I had to do it. None of us are exempt. I remember when I thought as a bad girl, I didn't want to listen to the bishop. I didn't want to listen to pastors. I wanted to do my own thing because I wanted one foot in, hello somebody, and one foot out. Hello. And you know what was happening when that one foot was out? I was daggering it like I was in the dumper shop. Yeah? I was daggering. Oh, that's not what pastors say. Sorry. Let me say that more eloquently for those at the back. I had a Jezebel spirit. Right. There was a reason why I was staying away from church. There was a reason why I was staying away from accountability. I was on the dumper truck. Yeah. Backing it up on the dumper truck. And then pretending. Remember, because we tell ourselves, yeah, it's okay. God knows my heart. He knows I'm shedding daily. The devil is a liar. You see that presumptuous spirit? We can't be afraid to be rebuked. In fact, that's what helps us grow. Like, I don't know about you, but I want to get to heaven. I actually want my place with my Heavenly Father, and I want to secure that. So I don't want to risk that because I don't want to receive feedback. Feedback. Am I open and receptive to receiving feedback? Hello, is that even a sentence? Am I open and receptive to receiving feedback? Who's giving you feedback? Who's holding you accountable? Who have you given permission to bad you up? Are you hypersensitive about it? Does it offend you? I always laugh when people say, oh, your delivery, it's the delivery. Yeah, Jesus turned over tables. Jesus was one of the most savagest people that I know. Jesus got mad on them and turned the tables. And actually, Jesus was so sarcastic with it as well. Because they wanted to trick him to break the law. Some people actually want to trick you to test if you're a real man or woman of God. So they will attempt to trick you to mess your own self up and then say to you, see, I knew you weren't on track. So they wanted to test Jesus. Because when they wanted to stone homegirl, yeah, when they wanted to stone her, by rights, if you're caught doing those acts, that was the law. So they were like, okay, let's see if this Messiah is really going to go against the law. Because if he goes against the law, then we can have him. How many of you know that the enemy is waiting to set traps for you? You got to be very, very careful. So they've gone to him, all right, Jesus, what should we do? Expecting him to either say, stone her or don't stone her. Because either way, he's trapped. Hey, that's the job of the enemy, to attempt to trap you. But how many of you know when you are covered under his Shekinah glory, when you are covered by the Prince of Peace, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I am that I am, that no trick, no device, no trap from the enemy can ever done you. So instead of him answering their question, he said, okay, cool. He without sin, go cast the first stone. He was so clever. Do you think you can trick God? How many of you think you can trick God? No one's seeing. When I had one foot in and one foot out, hello, somebody. You're more thinking about your family, the people at church, your pastors. Oh yeah, they don't know. No, hold on. Who else is looking? Who is the one that we should be focused on that's looking? Who is the great accountability, the only accountability of all accountabilities? Who is watching us? Next time you're going to back it up outside of marriage, remember this word. Next time you're going to link that bread out, yeah? Or be going to someone's yard at 11 o'clock, remember this word. He's watching. Next time you think it's just a quick touch, he's watching. I had to remember that. He's watching. He's watching. I was so concerned about people that I forgot that he's watching. He never stops watching. Is it a lash today, people? I'm lashed. I didn't even think I was going down this road today. Accountability is growth. It's growth. I don't know about you, but I don't want to ever get complacent. That's why I've surrounded myself. Like my friends, they're no joke. They don't accept low standards, mediocrity. They don't want me to fail. They're winners. I don't want my friends to fail. They don't want me to fail. We are winners. Winners win. But here's what winners also do. Number 6. It's a bonus. Winners hang around other winners. Winners hang around other winners. In order to grow, we got to evaluate. In order to grow, something's got to go. Yeah? It's nuts, right? How environments have to be moved. Things have to be shifted. Posts have to be deleted. And we can't look back. So we're talking about stop hiding. The reason why we hide, because we're in our comfort zone. And the comfort zone is what keeps us stuck. We can't keep hiding and we can't keep looking back. Stop looking back. Sometimes we keep looking back, good stuff and bad stuff. Like me with a six-figure earner. That was then. I had to rebuild it again. I had to prove myself that I could rebuild it again. Stop looking back at old friendships that left you, or old friendships that never went well, and old situations and old jobs and old environments. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Give yourself grace. Let it go. Stop looking back. Stop holding. Move into the new. And number 7, lastly, which is very important, is to be. Be it. And by it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. God chose you. He called you. He told you what to do. There's a new thing that needs to be birthed. There's a new thing that he has said to you needs to happen. And I said on my Instagram today, there's 3 types of people. First set of people, they don't even get started. They're the type of people that'll be like, oh, Nikki, I'll be at the next one. Oh, I'll come to the next event. Oh, I'll write the book next year. Oh, Nikki, I'm just figuring things out, and and they never get started. Those people are full of excuses. Sitting in the comfort zone of mediocre. And then you have the second type of people. They start, but they have no endurance. They quit. I'm going to do this. Lot's wife. Yes, let's leave. Guess what she kept doing? Looking back. She preferred her old life, the comfort zone. She got the first set of people that never do anything. They complain about change. They say they want movements. They say that they're fed up, but they're really comfortable in the broke zone. They're comfortable in that situation because it's not uncomfortable enough to move. They hear from God though. They hear it. They know the word. They know what's been said, but they make an excuse. Second type of people, they start. They're excited for a week. Easily distracted though. Excited for a day. But then they go back. Back to the old comfort zone. Back to the ex. The same ex that they said was busting them up every day. That's been promising to marry them for 20, 30 years. The same environment that killed them. Do you know you cannot heal in the same environment that hurt you? When you go through those scriptures so many times, people are having to move. People are having to move from one environment to another. You cannot stay in the same environment that hurt you and expect that to heal you. Got to move. In order for Esther to make change, she had to leave her home towards the king, towards the palace. In order for Nehemiah to rebuild the walls, he had to leave the comfort of his home in the palace, cupbearer to the king, and go and rebuild the walls. Anytime there is something that needs to happen, it's going to require a movement. You cannot stay still. It's like when I'm on the netball team and coach is like, move it, Nikki. I'm tired. I'm standing still. I can't get the ball if I'm standing still. Come on, people. You got to move from behind. I'm actually going to prophesy that there's someone on this call that's been sitting in the background for so long, and it's your time now to come to the front. It's your time now to say, I need to stop hiding behind people, hiding behind a title, hiding behind the insecurity, hiding behind one day, someday, any day, maybe. Hiding behind. That's why you start and stop. When you look back, you just start, stop. Nothing's never right. Oh, God told me to do this, and then 5 weeks later you're quitting because you just feel like, oh, God said I should. No, God didn't say that. You got to build your muscle of resilience, build your muscle of tenacity, build your muscle so that you can keep going and endure. We've got to get endurance. Every minute God's telling, my God ain't a God of confusion. How can God tell you 5 things, conflicting things in the space of a short time? That ain't God. Start, stop. Let's complete things to the end. One thing I know about my God, he finishes. That's why I like winning so much, because I'm a finisher. I want to do it to completion. I don't want to be around losers. I want to be around winners. I want to be around champions. I want to be around people that say, listen, I want to grow. And the first set of people are finishers. They finish. They work. They study. They focus. They overcome obstacles. They don't allow words and emotions to distract them away from where they need to be. Winners win. But the message I want to get to you, if anything from today, is it's time to step from behind. It's time to step from behind other people's faults. Some of us need to repent because we be listening to other people's faults over what God says to us. The validation of other people. Unqualified people most of the time. We've got to step from behind and know that we are called. There's a calling on your life, and it's going to require you to step up and step out from behind. Don't be like how I was, hiding behind the defender and expecting to get the ball. That's not how it works. It's time to step up. It's time to stand up and show up. It's time for you to be confident in your conviction. And come as you are, I am going to be going through this in so much detail. Those of you that are note takers, I'm going to give you some frameworks that's going to blow your mind on how you can really begin. And here's another thing. It's okay to say no sometimes. It's okay to say, no, this doesn't suit the purpose over my life. This isn't, in alignment with how I saw that it would go. I hear what you're saying. It sounds very interesting. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. Practice saying no so that you can be confident in your yes. I'm excited to see you guys. Come as you are.vip. If you haven't already got your tickets, ladies, I don't know. Lastminute.com. Right? Come as you are.vip. If you know somebody who needs this, if you know somebody who needs this, listen to me. I just read a message in the comments. And I tell you this, not everybody's idea is for you. And I actually do a whole chapter of that in my book. You guys have heard it, the waist trainer story. I thought I pressed 2 waist trainers. I ended up getting 20. All of a sudden, I started focusing on selling waist trainers. Oh yeah, I've got your signed copy, Alfia. We got to know what we're called to do. And when you don't know what you're called to do, you'll be swayed in all different directions. God forbid you'll end up selling waist trainers when you know that's not your calling. No shade to anyone selling waist trainers. If that's your calling, go for it. Be clear on your assignment. Be clear on who you are. Be clear on what the instruction has been and step up from behind the back. Put a 7 in the chat if you know you've been hiding. If you know you haven't been giving it your all. If you know that there is a new level for you. There is more that you can do to be in alignment with God's will and God's way. There's been doubts. There's been holding back. There's been depending on other people to affirm you. Well, as of today, we break that. It's time to lift the lid. So just to let you guys know, because I've had a few questions, Friday is the pink VIP day. Okay, so we are going to be doing a financial masterclass. Okay, I'm going to be looking at your businesses. We're going to be breaking it down. We're going to be doing a masterclass from 4 p.m. okay, on Friday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, that is just boss attire. So dress like a boss, be a boss. At 8 p.m., we have the Super Pink dinner. This is Super Pinks only. The Super Pink dinner at 8 p.m. This is where it's the pink lady dinner. You all need your pink outfits, okay? Pink outfits, pink lady dinner. Then, those of you that are Super Pink and Pink VIP, your registration is Friday, okay? At 3 p.m. registration will open for you guys, okay? No pink required for 4 till 7. No, that is just business attire, right? And then at 8 on the next morning, 10 p.m. till 4 on Saturday and 10 p.m. till 4 on Sunday. Registration for Saturday, okay, will start at 9 p.m. Now, if you are at Super Pink or Pink, you will not need to register on Saturday and Sunday because you already have your entrance passes, right? And there will of course be 2 lines. You'll have the VIP line on Saturday and you will also have the gold line, okay? There is no color theme for the Saturday or the Sunday, okay? Sorry, AM, yes. 9 a.m., not PM, 9 a.m., right? So I said again, Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Registration 9, the event starts 10 o'clock on the dot, okay? And there's no color theme. It is just boss attire. Come dress as you want to be addressed, okay? On those times. Please look out for your email that will come to you on Thursday, okay? It may fall into your junk, so please look out for the email, right? And your ticket is inside the app in the course section. You will see that inside the app, all right? Or you can go to rebuildforfree.co.uk and you will see the .com, sorry, rebuildforfree.com, and you will see your ticket inside that section. Okay. So that's just to clarify that you are in for an absolutely incredible time. I need to get off here before my lips start being loose. But I'm telling you, we've got many surprises for you. Of course, we have the pink envelopes again. So pink envelopes will be given out. You know, the first person to arrive instantly gets a pink envelope. Helen got that last year, right? The promo code, yeah, we extended it. Rebuild 50. And at last check, as I said, there was 2 tables left. I think we've got 1.5 tables left, and then we're sold. All right. And I know there's some last minute .comers, comeasyouare.vip, and promo code rebuild 50. All right. If you have anybody that you know needs to be at this event, tell them. You know, I spoke to many people who are scared of their breakthrough. They're still hiding behind, right? Don't hide behind anymore. Be that friend that tells them the truth. I'm not going to let you hide behind anymore. You need to be there. I'm not going to let you hide behind anymore. It's your time. It's your time. So with that being said, I would love, no, I need to tell you the champions. Okay. I need to tell you the champions of our app. So let me go ahead and take a look at that and see who has hit the rebuild for free this week. So let me have a look-see, and I'll tell you who is on the leaderboard for this week. Okay, let me have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see what's popping up in here. Okay, so and once we come off the call, you can put your takeaways. Please, guys, look for the 5 takeaways section. Some of you be putting it all over the place, so it's hard. I didn't catch some people last week, so sorry I didn't shout you out. You put it in the wrong section. But I am going to tell you who that is now. Let's see. Get your tickets, Instagram. All right, let's have a look. I'm going to look on my phone. It seems to be. Let's see. As you patiently wait. Rebuild. Okay, so we have boom. Leaderboard. Ooh. Okay, 10th place, we have Danielle. Big up, Danielle. In 9th place, we have Tantan. Adina, we have at 8. Natalie, we have at 7. We have someone called NA. Not sure who NA is, but NA is next on the list at number 6. Omalara, 5th place. Simone Stephen, you will be number 4. And the top 3 for this week. Oh, we've had a shift this week. 3rd place, Althea. You should be ashamed of yourself. Althea has hit 3rd, guys. You guys have taken her off the top 2 weeks in a row. And 2nd place, we have a new kid on the block. Big up yourself, Audrey. Oh, no, it's not Audrey. It's Bookie. I don't know why your name's Audrey. Bookie, big up yourself at number 2. But there is a new number 1. And the number 1 is Donna. Shout out to Sister Donna. Number 1 on our leaderboard inside our community app. If you haven't already downloaded it, you can go to the Play Store, the Rebuild community, or you can just go rebuildforfree.com. And there is a bunch of free resources in there. We have a whale of a time. We also put all the links in for everything. And you get to communicate with a bunch of amazing, incredible individuals, men and women in that one as well. All right. And if you want to be a part of our VIP community, that is rebuild2025.co.uk. All right. And that is up to the end of 2025. Probably it will just keep going up. All right. So rebuild2025.co.uk. So well done, Donna. You have been seen on the leaderboard over the last 7 days and the last 30 days, but Althea is still number one of all time. Will she ever get pipped off of the post? We will see next week. All right, so God bless you all. I will see you, those super pinks and pinks, on Friday, and I will see the rest of you beautiful people on Saturday and Sunday. All right, take care, people. God bless.